Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're getting ready to take on the JEE Main, you have landed in the perfect spot. We are going to break down this entire marathon into a super clear, step-by-step roadmap. So let's just dive right in.
So that's the big question, isn't it? Are you ready? Look, the journey ahead, it's a real challenge, no doubt. But with the right game plan, it's a challenge you can absolutely 100% conquer. And this explainer, this is your guide to doing exactly that.
Okay, so let's get on the same page. What is JEE Main? Well, think of it as the ultimate national-level entrance exam. It's run by the National Testing Agency. You'll hear them called the NTA. And this exam, it's basically your golden ticket into the best undergraduate engineering, architecture, and planning programs all across India.
Here's how we're going to tackle this. We've broken it all down into 6 key milestones. First, we'll understand the challenge itself. Then, we'll see if you're eligible. After that, we'll walk through getting your spot, map out a year-long battle plan, talk about exam day, and finally, see what happens after you cross the finish line.
All right, let's kick things off with Milestone 1, the JEE Main Challenge. Before you can win any game, you have got to know the rules. So, let's break down the exam pattern. Okay, take a look at the structure for Paper 1, the main one for engineering. It's pretty straightforward. 3 subjects. Each one is worth 100 marks. Now, for each subject, you've got 20 multiple-choice questions. But here's where the strategy really kicks in, the numerical questions. You get 10 of them, but you only have to attempt the 5 you're most confident about. This is huge. Just one thing to remember. Negative marking applies to both types of questions, so accuracy is everything.
So, now that you know what the exam looks like, let's move on to our second milestone, eligibility. You got to think of this as the first gate you need to unlock. So, let's make sure you've got all the right keys for your quest.
Okay, let's run through this checklist real quick. First up, you have to have passed your Class 12 exams or at least be appearing for them this year. Now, this next one is super important. If you want to get into an NIT, IIT, or any of those top centrally funded institutes, you need at least 75% in your boards. It's 65% if you're in the SC or ST category. Your core subjects have to be physics and maths. That's a must. And hey, some good news, there's absolutely no age limit.
All right, you're eligible. Fantastic. Now for milestone number 3, securing your spot. Yeah, the whole application thing can look a little scary. But trust me, we're going to turn it into a simple, totally manageable checklist.
So here it is, the whole process in 6 steps. First, you'll create your accounts on the official NTA website. Pro tip, please use your own mobile number and email. Then you fill out the form, choose your sessions, exam cities, all that jazz. Next, you upload your documents exactly as they ask. Pay the fee online, and this is crucial, save that confirmation page. After that, you're just keeping an eye out for updates like your admit card. And then once the results are out, you'll use your rank for counseling. See? Not so bad. We've now arrived at the very heart of this explainer, Milestone 4. This is all about your battle plan. We're not just talking about studying hard here. We're talking about studying smart. This is where you really turn all that effort into an amazing rank.
Before we even get into timelines and subjects, I want to talk about probably the single most powerful tool you have, the error log. It's simple. Every time you make a mistake on a problem, you write it down. You note the question, the right way to solve it, and, most importantly, why you got it wrong. This thing isn't a notebook of your failures, it's a custom-made guide to your weaknesses, and it's how you turn them into your biggest strengths. It is pure revision gold.
So here's a 12-month roadmap that just works. The first 3 months, that's your build phase. Your entire world should be the NCERT textbooks. Master them line by line. Then, from month 4 to 9, we strengthen. You bring in the classic reference books and start hitting those previous year questions. And the last 3 months, that's the perform phase. It's all about taking full-length mock tests, analyzing them like crazy, and revising from, you guessed it, that priceless error log.
But hey, I know what some of you are thinking. What if I don't have a full year? And that's totally okay. Your strategy just shifts. A 12-month plan is a marathon. It's all about deep learning at a steady pace. A 6-month plan, that's a sprint. It's an intense crash course where you focus on the highest scoring topics and do a ton of mock testing. So you just need to know your timeline and pick the right plan.
So to get the most bang for your buck, you have to focus on the high-priority topics. For math, this is where the gold is. Coordinate geometry and vectors and 3D. Get your calculus basics rock solid, and definitely don't sleep on quadratics. Year after year, these topics make up a huge chunk of the paper.
Moving on to physics, the absolute backbone of the paper is mechanics. I mean, you need to be able to eat, sleep, and breathe things like kinematics, NLM, and rotational motion. Once you feel solid there, you can turn your full focus to electricity and magnetism, because those are the other big point scores.
And for chemistry, you've got to use a three-pronged attack. First, get really good at the numericals in physical chemistry. Second, build a super strong foundation in general organic chemistry, or GOC. But for inorganic, listen closely. The secret weapon is just the NCERT textbook. That's it. So many questions are picked word for word from that book, it's easily the highest yield thing you can study.
You've put in the hours, you've done the hard work, and that brings us to milestone 5, conquering exam day. This is it, the final showdown, where your strategy and your mindset are just as important as your knowledge.
Okay, here's your game plan for when you're in that exam hall. First, start with whatever subject you're best at. It's a massive confidence booster. Then, in each section, just go through and knock out all the questions you are 100% sure about. For those numerical questions, take your time and pick the 5 you know you can nail. And please, remember this. This is a race for accuracy, not just speed. Random guessing will kill your score because of negative marking. Every single attempt has to be a smart one.
And exhale. You've crossed the finish line. The exam's over. Time for our final milestone, the finish line and beyond. Your rank is out, but believe it or not, the journey isn't quite over just yet.
So, once you have your final All India rank, the next phase kicks off. It's called counseling. This is where you register for JOSA or CSAB and basically use your rank to bid for college seats. Now, the key here is smart choice filling. You have to be strategic about the order you list your preferred colleges. A great rank is awesome, but a great rank plus a smart counseling strategy, that's what lands you your dream seat.
Okay, let's wrap this all up with a final super simple action checklist. 1. Confirm you're eligible. 2. Download the official syllabus. 3. Nail the application process. 4. Make that error log your best friend and take mock tests all the time. The official NTA Abhyas app is amazing for this. And 5. Have a counseling plan ready to go. That's your whole journey on one slide.
And there you have it, the complete roadmap. We've laid out the path, the strategies, the big milestones. The journey from just being an aspirant to becoming an achiever. Well, it starts with one single action. So, looking at everything we've just covered, the only real question left is, what's your first step going to be?